They continue to get flashbacks, bombs dropping, ducking and dodging. Where and when do you get to the place in God where you move from defeating or move from being defeated by the enemy and move from the warfare and the fight with the enemy to move into the place where you begin to speak as God? Thou shalt make thy prayer unto him. Tell somebody it's time that you make prayers unto God, that he will hear, and he shall hear. The Bible said the righteous cry, what? The Lord heareth and what? Delivereth them out of all their troubles. Thou shalt make thy prayers unto him, and he shall hear, and thou shalt pay thy vows. Why? Because in my acquaintance with God, in him I have found in him a resting place, found in him a place of peace, found in him a place of comfort, a place of security. I have made my appeal to him, and I've heard that he has said case dismissed, and I'm excited now about being in the place where God has placed me, where I doubt him no more, and I have confidence. I have confidence. And he says, and thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. And you need to understand, he said, and also, for all that I've been through, for all that I've given, for all that I've prayed, for all that I've asked, for all that I've cried, for all that I've labored, now God has allowed me to grow to the point where thou shalt also decree a thing. Decree it, and it shall be established. When you say to God, to your circumstances, to your situation, to your present, and to your future, and even to the enemy, how you decree it shall be. When Elijah went to the king and told him, it's not going to rain until I say so. He decreed it. Watch this. And he didn't go to God in prayer before he got, now God, when I get to the king, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to need you to back me up. No. His relationship with God was so strong that once he decreed it, God established it because he spoke it in the authority that God had given him. In confidence and with faith. And he declared, hey, until I say it, it's not going to rain again. God is not pleased with what's going on. There's a famine coming. It will not rain again until I tell you. When do we get to the place where we understand that we have the power to decree? When do we get to the place? Job's story. Eliphaz talks tough, nasty, downs him, degrades him. But in the midst of all that has been said, there's some godly advice that brings you to the place of hope and brings you to an understanding of the process that God brings us through to bring us to. I'm at the place. You got to get to the place where you got to recognize and believe that you can decree it and it shall be established. And I came tonight to tell you that there is power in decreeing what it's going to be. When you operate under the anointing of an apostolic house, you have rights to decree, and God will establish it. We talked about in the mouth of two or three witnesses, what? A thing is established. Here he says that you shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. Tonight I came to introduce you to your future. Tonight I came to introduce you to your healing. Tonight I came to introduce you to your victory. Tonight I came to introduce you to your turning point. Tonight I came to introduce you to your change. What took place on Sunday was your appeal. Tonight, what takes place is your turning point. Now, how many folk are ready for something to turn in your life? How many folk are ready for something to change in your life? I mean, I need to know if you're really ready. Are you ready? And what if you were able to speak what you believe, what you expect, and what you want to happen in your life at this point for the turn, for the change to take place, what would you say? Now, when you decree a thing, it means you speak it in faith. It means you speak it with authority. It means you speak it with conviction. And it means you speak it with confidence that God's going to back that thing up. God's going to back it up. So what can you say tonight? What will you say tonight? And will you feel worthy to say it? I mean, have you acquainted yourself with him? That you're at a peace level that good should come unto you. How many feel like some good ought to come your way? Let me see. I mean, if you have not gotten to the place of expecting good to happen, then you can decree all night long, ain't nothing going to happen. But how many expecting something good is going to happen to you? Why wouldn't you expect something good to happen to you? Only reason why you wouldn't is because you have not fully acquainted yourself with where God is in your life at this juncture in your life, and you've had 20-some days to do it. You've had all this time to get into a place with God that you wasn't in before the month started. And if you haven't gradually moved into that place, you haven't acquainted yourself with God enough. You haven't taken the power of two. You haven't utilized the partnership of prayer that you've been given opportunity to. You haven't fully taken advantage of it. Because you can't be on the 24th of March where you was on March 1st. Spiritually, been investing in it. You can't. So tonight, you got to have a turning point. Tonight, you got to have a change. Tonight, something's got to break. Tonight, you got to rise up where you was. Because you got to understand what this passage says is that when God gets favor in your life,